evening and welcome to Which One Wins Wednesday with Quill and Note Stamping with Laura. My name is Laura Verbeek and I'm coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and we're going to do a little bit of creating this evening. I'm just going to wait one more minute because I think I started a second early there, so I'll just wait a moment. And just trying to get you up on my computer. I'm trying to learn a new system that means that I'll be able to have two different cameras going at the same time. However, I'm not quite there yet. So in the meantime, it will still just be the one camera. Okay, so this is Which One Wins Wednesday, which is something we like to do on Wednesdays. So we put up two options on Tuesdays, and you guys can put your votes in, and then I create with whichever item won in the vote. So yeah, so the two options this evening were champagne or silver. And one of the items that I love at Stampin' Up is their foil paper. And so that's what we're going to be using today. So this is the champagne color. It's very subtle. It's beautiful. The silver is quite silver. And so yeah, this is the color that we're going to be creating with today. So I hope that's not blinding anybody. We're going to be using, I'm going to be just trying to show you a few things because we only have a couple of weeks left in the celebration. If you don't know what celebration is, it happened this year in the months of January and February. And it looks like I am a little bit blurry. So I'm going to see if I can fix that. Hopefully that gets fixed right away. Hi, Brenda. I don't know why we are blurry. Just take my phone down for a moment and then come back up and see if I can't get this to be a little bit clearer. That is no good. Okay. Let's see if that's a little bit better. Sorry, guys. Not blurry for you. Okay, good. That's wonderful. It's just on my end. I just want this to be nice and crisp and clean. Okay, so let's get started. We are using the champagne color today. And then we're going to use a little bit of Whisper White, or sorry, not Whisper White, Basic White. And then the colors that we're going to use are Granny Apple Green, Poppy Parade, and we're going to use that in the ink colors, the stamp pads, as well as in the blends. If you do not have the blends, you can also do painting with using a blender pen. I think I did that on one of the other projects earlier. Hi, Mom. And that's where you can just use that if you don't have the blends yet. I do think that they are a really fantastic thing to color with. They're not really like a marker because they are alcohol based. They are really quite, what's the right word? Oops. Now I've done something. There we go. Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties this evening. Okay, and of course we're going to use our Memento Black. And then we're going to use 3 stamp sets. We're going to use Painted Poppies, which I don't know if I've used with you guys before. We're just going to use one of the stamps in here. Approaching Perfection, which is one of the celebration items that you can get free with a $60 order. And the last one is a set that you can get when you host a party, but you don't actually have to have a party to do that. If you have a $200 order, then you can get this stamp set for free. If you have a, and so this one is in the Celebration catalog as well. So these two sets are going to be going away right away. Okay. So I am going to get started. And again, I really hope it's not blurry on your guys' end. Thank you, Brenda, for saying that it's not on your end, but my feed that's coming through on my computer is blurry for some reason. And I'm just hoping if you guys do see that it's blurry, and let me know and I'll see what I can do. Okay, so Celebration is just about over. That's one of the things I had to remind you guys about. All right. Let's get started and do a little bit of stamping. So you guys know that I like to stamp using this pad. It just gives a bit of cushioning for when you stamp. It's especially important if you use that when you are using the photopolymer stamps. The cling stamps have a bit of padding themselves, so it's not as important on those. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've just got a piece of basic white, and I'm going to use some of the tuxedo black. And the first thing we're going to do is stamp from the painted Poppies. I'm going to be using this stamp, and we're going to ink this up. Now with your Memento, I'm just going to show you the difference. This ink pad is kind of like a linen texture, and our other colors are more foamy. So when you are picking up ink from your Memento, you can do sort of drag across here to make sure that you've picked up ink all over it, but then always tap it like this to make sure that it's not streaky when you go to stamp. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp all along the bottom of this, and I'm going to stamp with the stems just coming off of the bottom. That's why we've got a piece of scratch paper underneath here, and I'm going to be off of my page just a bit, and perfect. And we're going to ink this up again because we're going to go across the whole bottom. There we go. And just going to come and stamp right here. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to clean off. I stamp with my Simply Chamois. It's great, doesn't use any chemicals, nothing but water and this awesome chamois, which I think I need to wet a little bit more. It's getting a little dry on the edges, so I just keep it in one of the stamp cases. If you have any questions while I'm crafting away, please ask. And so I'm just going to peel this guy off. Put him back in. Okay. Next, we're going to do some coloring. And this is going to be a little bit boring as I color, but I'm going to try to chat with you guys a little bit about some things that are coming up. So the colors that I'm using are the Poppy Parade, and I'm going to use light and dark. And I'm not going to, oftentimes I would do a little bit of dark and then shade it with the light one, but instead I'm just going to come in and do one whole flower in light and then go back and forth across the flowers until some are light and some are dark, and we'll just go from there. As I said, it's the last couple of weeks here of celebration, and it's not only is it a fantastic time to get free product, because who doesn't like free things? I think I've used all the products now. There are a number of stamp sets. We've got those Darling Donkeys. What other stamp sets? The Corner Bouquet, which I think we used last week. That one has those really neat flowers and very pretty. The Heal Your Heart, which we also used last week, and that's got a thank you in it and condolences and an absolutely gorgeous script. And then the Approaching Perfection, which is a birthday sentiment one, which we're going to be using the happy birthday out of there tonight. And what else do we have for stamps? We've got the Touch of Ink. We use that right at the beginning. That one is a it's two-step stamping. There are hummingbirds and butterflies in it. It's very spring and pretty. And then we've also got the berry one, and the berry one and Touch of Ink are a little, you don't have to, you have to spend, you still get it free, but you have to spend $120 to get those sets for free. But the berry one comes with a package of 12 by 12 paper and a stamp set. So can't say anything bad about that. We made the blueberry card. We made our own background paper a few weeks ago. And I feel like I'm missing another stamp set. Maybe I'll remember in a moment. And then there's a whole bunch of paper. So the paper, there's the berry one that has paper and a stamp set. The rest are either paper or a stamp set though. And so there's the Oso Ombre, which we're going to use a little sprig of that today. And that one's super fun. And then there's the Flower and Field one, which I'm going to be pulling out tomorrow, actually. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And there is the Paper Blooms, I think it's called. And that has some really big, beautiful, what's it called? Flowers in some really fun colors. And I feel like I might be missing one more. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Anyways, that's Celebration. And it's a great time. And if you feel like you're going to spend about that $130 mark, you might want to consider joining up for the discount, because you get a smoking deal, and on top of getting a whole bunch of stuff for free, you also get a discount for the next foreseeable future that you can use to buy more stamping products, because in my house I can seem to never have enough. And so you get a nice discount, and you also get some extra freebies if you sign up before the end of February. Packages of paper and things like that. So if you just joined us, I'm just coloring using my Stampin' Blends. These are some Poppies. It's a really, really pretty set, and it comes with some dies, which I'm not actually using those dies today. I'm going to use some other dies. And I'll just quickly come in here with this darker one. So I'm using the fine tipped end just because these are teeny tiny flowers. And the nice thing about doing this is we're not using this whole thing on the card. We're going to be cutting this up a little bit. And so we're going to get a really different look using this stamp set. So yes, I was saying that I'm going to be using the Flower Field tomorrow. I don't know exactly in what capacity I'm using it, but Paper Pumpkin for the month of February arrived at my doorstep just today. And so tomorrow, I'm going to pop on at, I think about noon, actually. I know I would try to normally do an evening or something like that, but some people are better in the day, and you can always watch the recording if that time doesn't work for you. And yeah, no, not noon. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. That's what it was. I can't do noon, but I think I am going to come on in the afternoon to see if that's a better time slot. So I'm thinking about 1:30 or so, and I'm going to go through and show you the entire Paper Pumpkin that that is for the month of February. If you missed out and it's something that you watch and you're like, wow, I really wish I had gotten that one, I do have one extra. If you are interested, it's $30. And if you are local, if you are outside of Edmonton, then you'd have to pay for the shipping to get it to you. But the colors and some of the things are going to go together with the flower and field paper, and so that's exciting. But I haven't opened it yet because I always open it with you guys so that you can see that right from the get-go you can do it yourself. So Paper Pumpkin is a subscription. It costs $30 a month, all in. Comes right to your door right about now every month. So if you're interested in the March one, you need to let me know and get that ordered sooner than later. Normally there's enough that there's leftovers and you don't have to worry about first come first serve, but March has a free gift in it on top of all the goodies that you normally get. And so if you are interested, I would highly recommend getting your order in with me, again, sooner than later. And it is super fun. Okay, so those are our flowers. I chose Poppy because they're poppies, so that's why I chose Poppy Parade. And then I'm just going to come in. I'm actually going to take the darker one. I'm going to grab our darker Granny Apple Green, and I'm just going to quickly go over our stems. So this is another opportunity to make your own background and then cut it up however you see fit. So that is what I'm doing. So to let you guys know about a couple of other things that are coming out, I put out a calendar with some card classes that are coming up, and one is coming up very soon. If you're interested in being part of that, I'm going to need to know Friday, I think I put down as the deadline. I might be able to hold off until Saturday and put that order in then, but that's for a class with Nothing's Better Than. It's this super cute stamp set, and it's all about coffee and chocolate and cocktails and cookies. And yeah, I've just got to say it's really fun. So if you're interested in joining me for that, we need to get that stuff ordered because it's at the beginning of March. It's a Zoom class, and you get all of the stuff to make the cards, and then you'll also have the stamp set. So you can check out my Facebook page or my website for some more information on that. And this Saturday morning, I'm going to be creating with one of the all-inclusive kits, and I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live where I make one of each of the cards, plus I'm going to show you how to make a couple of extra ones. And then if you like that kit, then you can put an order in for that. It's a nice way for you to see if it's something that you'd like to be a part of. Okay. Hi, Tracy. Tracy and I were at a school council meeting just before this. I had to leave before it was over though. So, okay. So I've got this, and what we're going to be doing is I'm going to grab the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I love my mini, but I'm going to be doing some embossing, and so when you emboss, you need the big one for most of the embossing folders. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out using some dies from the Stitch So Sweetly set. So these are the ones that are all, they all nest into to each other, and they're just super cute. So the first one I'm going to do is this guy right here. I need a cutting plate. What am I doing here? Okay, so we've got a recipe card here so we don't mess this up. So we need our plate number 1. This is thin die, so I'm going to put in plate number 2. That's just going to prop that up for me. And then I need 2 cutting plates. And these are, wow, it's just about time for Laura to replace the cutting plates. I did order some. I have them here. I think I'm going to have to do that by the weekend. So I'm going to come in here and I just want to cut out my poppies. We're going to cut out more than one of these, but we're going to have to run it through the machine a couple of times. So, okay, and then I'm just going to bring it back. Okay, so there's our first one. Hopefully you cannot hear my son yelling at his video game in the background. I did remind him that I was going to be going live, but okay. So that's going to go through there. And we're going to cut out one more. So that's our second one. And then a third one. And I might even cut out a fourth one. I don't need it for the front of my card, I don't think. Oh, if you could hear Ridley yelling in the background, yes. I hear what you're saying, Tracy. Okay. Since we're here, I'm just going to come and do one more, although I think we're just going to use 3. But I just want to show you how many different things you might be able to get out of one of these backgrounds. Sorry if I'm shaking my table here. Okay, there we go. And I'm also going to cut out along the top here just a white one, but that is the same size. I have to say I really had a nice time at the last class that we did. That kit class. It sure was nice to have you guys on Zoom and be able to talk and people be able to talk back to me. That sure was nice. So, yeah, all right. Now we're not quite finished with our machine, and so I'm going to keep it up here for a moment. But now we are going to do a little bit of embossing, and the embossing folder that we're going to use is the Subtle 3D embossing folder. I use this one a ton. It is so amazing, and I just can't say enough good things about it. So I'm grabbing a piece of our champagne foil and we're going to put it in the machine. Do I want this going? I'm going to want it like this. So I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there are lines going, and I just have to decide which way I want that on our card. But I think that I want that, the lines going like this. So when we do embossing on our machine, again, we just follow our little recipe card here. And since this is a 3D embossing, we need to do this, plus we need our number 4. So it's this dark gray one. There's a lighter one that we can use. So I'm just going to slide this through. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Ooh, that was a big pop. Made the whole machine jump. Okay. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? I can't say enough about embossing folders. I love them so much. It changes the paper tremendously. So again, we had this is before and this is after. Like it's love it. Okay, so I'm going to put our machine no, I'm not going to put our machine to the side. I'm also going to do the same thing with our pieces that we cut out. We're also going to emboss them. Now I could have embossed all of them at the same time, like before I die cut them out. However, sometimes when you put, I think that embossing after is better, because when you put it through the cutting machine to cut out your shape, so I just got them like this, when you put them through to cut out your shape, it sort of flattens them a little bit, so you lose some of that dimension. So that's just a tip. I like to do my embossing at the end. And you should always, if you're going to stamp first, then emboss. Okay, so we're just going to crank this through. Pop one more time. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll put that one to the side. We'll need it for our second card, but don't need it at this moment. I'm going to put all of my pieces in one spot or I'm going to be lost when I go to find them. Okay, so here we go. So with on the white, it's very subtle, which is the name of this embossing folder. The subtle embossing folder. But it does give some texture to our background. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to be putting 3 across. Actually, is that how I want it? I think so. That's pretty good. Okay, so our foil has gotten a little bit. I'm just going to give it a little squish here, and I know that the lights are reflecting off it. I hope it's not blinding you. Okay. Now I'm going to try to use my Stampin' Seal to adhere this. Now, one of the things that I find with the Stampin' Seal Plus here, which I do want to use on here, is that sometimes the paper, when it's been embossed, will get stuck on the roller. So if that happens, I hope not, but I'm just going to go slow. There we go. Whew. So I got 1. And what I recommend doing when you do 3 is put down your first one where you want it, and then put down the other side. I'm just going to make sure that I'm happy with the spacing, which I am. Okay, so we'll do this other one, and hopefully it won't catch. Oh, yay. I was playing yesterday and it kept catching. So I'm just trying to line that up the best that I can. Hopefully that's nice and straight because I pushed it down. And then drag that across there. Okay. So we're going to come in here. And put down our third one. Okay. So now we need our card base, which is Granny Apple Green. Okay, and we are doing a happy birthday. We're going to do that. Oh, that was for the other one. We're taking from our Approaching Perfection, which is all the birthday one, but we're just going to use this happy birthday one. And so it's just going to come down here. And I'm going to grab, what am I missing here? I am missing my sponge. Okay, I don't know where my package of sponges is. So I have a sponge that looks like a little bit of Pac-Man going on right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here, I'm going to cut a small piece out of my sponge, and we're going to come in with the Poppy Parade. And I'm pretty sure I've got a Poppy Parade on the go, but I do not have the magic of television helping me right now. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink from my stamp pad, and I'm just going to come along and do the edges, and this beautiful scallop picks up that ink really nicely. So I hadn't really planned this card out. The other card I had pretty well planned out in my head. This one, I just kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, so hopefully it works out. Sorry, I'm not quite in the shot there. Sorry about that. Okay. And I'm also going to stamp in this Poppy Parade my happy birthday. So one thing, I did not test this happy birthday. Now, because it's a cling stamp and I'm the one who mounted it, hopefully it is straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to test that out, making sure, so I'm putting the birthday right across the center lines there on my grid paper, and I'm going to see if I did a pretty good job. It's pretty good. It's a hair, like if I went like this, just a hair, it might be a little straighter. I'm going to give that another whirl. This is how I see if I've got it straight. See, that one's a little straighter. Okay, so I need to go up just a little bit. So I'm going to come in with my piece here. I like to use my grid lines. Really helps me get a straighter. Now, if I was smart, I would have stamped and then put it through the machine. Oh, no! Look what I did. I forgot the whole B. Now, that's frustrating. I could use the back, but it's not as pretty. So I'm going to cut a new one. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to cut a new one. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to stamp first, and then I'm going to cut, which is what I should have done in the first place. Okay, so I've got a scrap piece here. I'm going to stamp on this guy here. And did I like it in the red? It was a little, maybe I want to do it in the black. Maybe this is a blessing. All right, I'm going to give this a clean. And I'm going to grab my memento. Make sure that that red's all off of there. You can tell I did not plan this card in advance. I just had an idea. Okay, so again, I would never drag across this type of ink pad, but I do on my memento, and I'm just going to tap it to make sure it's all nice. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and see, I don't even love that one. This stamp, the first time I used it, it was awesome. And this time, I feel like I'm, maybe I'm just rushing things. So I've got another piece here. It's a long one, but it's, okay, I'm happy, finally, yay. I'm going to put away my memento, and I'm going to put this away because that's just an accident waiting to happen. And I'm going to quickly grab my machine again. Okay, so I need the number 1, I need the number 2, and I need 2 number 3s. Okay, so I'm going to put this, nope, we're going to put down a cutting plate first. Then we're going to put down our paper, and I am going to grab my little die here. And hopefully that's nice and straight. But again, oops, sorry guys. Again, it's a handmade card. Sometimes it's good when people can tell it's a handmade card. Okay. Hopefully I'm happy with this. I have people say to me, they're like, oh, I can't do what you do. What's that? Make mistakes? Yes, you can. Okay. Put my card to the side here. All right. Let's see how this is looking. So we've got this piece. It's going to go here. And then we've got the happy birthday. I feel like if we just come up here a little bit more, we put this down here. Maybe even in the middle. Yes, and I think that I do want to ink up the sides again. I think I do. Okay, so let's grab our little sponge and our Poppy Parade. And I just put that right on my table. That's okay. And my finger, so hopefully I don't get that anywhere else. But I think I like the black happy birthday better than the red. Maybe it was a little bit too much red. Let's get these edges. There we go. And now we can, we'll use some dimensionals on here. And just because this is a bit thicker paper, I'm going to put 2 in the middle just to give it some stability there. There we go. And maybe we'll put this one down first. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. I probably could use my Stampin' Seal, but I don't see it. Okay, so let's come down here in this bottom corner. we go. And then we'll peel off all of our dimensionals. So this is a card. If you don't have these stamps, that's okay. You can still do something very similar. Okay, there we go. And the last thing I want to do is I just want to take my ink here, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to, I'll show you on a scrap piece of paper first. Just going to take a regular pencil with a clean eraser. This eraser has not been used, this is a brand new pencil. And we're going to make some polka dots. So if you don't have a stamp for polka dots, this is a super fun way to make your own background. Trying to make it a little bit random, but not very good at random, I guess. I guess I could have done this before we put the, what's it called? Before I glued everything down, but you know, like I said, I'm making this one off the top of my head. And over here. There you go. Okay, so last thing that we want to do is, this is too dark to write on, so on the inside, I think what we'll do is we'll just come in and do a few polka dots in the bottom corner here. And then I'm going to come and just take the ink off of my eraser. And I've got 2 ink pads open. I'm not going to do that. Close those up. And come in and just get this into the inside of our card. Okay, so I would probably do the polka dots on the, oh, thanks, Janice. Yeah, I'd probably do the polka dots on the envelope, but I'm not going to do that this moment because for some reason I am way behind today. So we're going to start on card number 2. So for card number 2, we're actually using the same background that we did. I've already made one here. What we're doing on this one is we're going to be cutting out, doing the same idea. We're going to cut out using the same sets. I'm trying to show you, if you got a couple of different things, how you can create a ton of different options. Okay, so there we go. I've already colored this one, so I knew there was not going to be time to color both. We're going to come in and we're going to cut out. Let's see here. I like the look of that. Okay. Yes, if you like polka dots and you have a pencil with an eraser at home, that is a really fun and simple way. There we go. So you can see, I think I put my plates were a little bit crooked, but I think everything's okay. Yep. All right, so we've got a large one. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our champagne and we're going to cut out using the one size bigger than the one we just cut. Now, when you cut with these guys, if there's a way for you to turn this on an angle, it was really hard to get through, and I know better. If you can start it like this, you don't have that speed bump. Okay, so what we're going to do, start feeding this through, and it's going to be way easier. As you can hear, we don't have that horrible speed bump sound. Okay. Do I need this again? Yes, I do. I need it one more time here. Okay, so now we've got the background, and we are going to use our embossing folder, the subtle embossing folder, on the white. One more time. So I need this, I need this, I need my embossing folder that now I don't see. Oh, for goodness sake. Has anybody had one of those days? That's me today. Seems like every time I turn around, I have misplaced something, and it's usually right in front of me. Okay. I don't see the subtles anywhere. Okay, we are found it right in front of me. See? Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. I want it this direction, and so pop this in here. That is the last time we need to use that machine tonight. And here we have, and you might be able to see that a little bit better on a larger scale, but it just adds a really nice texture to the page. Okay. Now, I've already got our card cut for us. The first thing that we're going to do on this card, because I've cut it a little bit differently, so it's folding over, because we're going to make a little gift card holder out of this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here and put some adhesive on the back and put this inside our card. I'm just going to do my best to center that. There we go. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put a nice, do not need to go all the way down. Just want to go from here down here, make sure that there we go. And so now we can pop a gift card. That's just my card. We can pop a gift card in here. The next thing we're going to do is grab a piece of our Oso Ombre. So this is that beautiful set that has 4 colors in it. And so you get the ones that ombre like this, and then the ones with the white circles, and there's 4 colors. If you remember, so if you like that paper, again, that's only available free with a $60 purchase for the end of February or while supplies last. But I have some extra ombre paper in case that's what you decide that you want, and they're sold out. So don't panic about that, but I don't think they're going to sell out. Okay, so we've got this, and then this is just going to fold over, and we've got our beautiful champagne foil, and we've got this, and you know what I didn't do. Remember how I said you should always stamp before you emboss? I had the embosser out and I thought, oh, I'll get this done now. So we will see how this shakes out. Might be good, it might not be. So we are using from Punch Party, and this one is a free set. It's the host reward. It's called Punch Party, and it's got a whole bunch of really fun sentiments that all match up with some of the other stamp sets that we have. It's really fun, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so it's gonna come in here, stamp this once or twice here, and everybody keep their fingers crossed. If it doesn't work, I have the one that I practiced on, because this one I actually planned out. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and stamp and cross my fingers. Worked! Woohoo! Something worked for me. Yay! That is a really fun script, and I think it goes really nicely with the poppies. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to adhere this to here. I'm going to use my mini glue dots to do this. And all I'm going to do is they're on a roll, and I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to go and peel off. This is my favorite way to use the glue dots on the roll. And I'm just going to get all four corners. So whatever adhesive you happen to have, should work. There we go. So I've just got 6 on there, and I've got some extra there, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. And I'm just going to center this on here. There we go. Last little step, we're going to use some of the white baker's twine here that comes in the mini catalog. It comes in a set of 2. It's got some really pretty pink and some white. We just are going to use the white, and then we're also going to use this awesome polka dot tool, if I can find the end. There it is. Okay, so we want this doubled, and scissors. Okay, these are not my favorite scissors, but do not see my favorite scissors in front of me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down on here, and we're going to have this polka dot come right across where there's no stamping. And I have some extra at the end, and all we're going to do, I am going to put a little bit just to hold this in place. Get that moving. Just a little piece there just to tuck that into place on the back, so that it doesn't move around. Got something red on there. So it doesn't move around while we do this tie. So I'm not going to tie this tool. Instead, I'm going to take a piece of our probably took lots there. Okay, and just going to tie this right around here. Okay. So these pieces are just going to hang off the side here, and I'm going to tie a bow in our white twine. Again, I'm going to try to do the bunny ears. I find that they are a much better even tie rather than the way that I would normally tie my shoelaces or what have you. I'm just gonna, yes, I did have lots of extra, but I'm just gonna trim those, and then I'm also gonna trim these. Didn't do a very good job trimming on this side here. There we go. So there you have it. And we're going to come in here, and we're only going to adhere this to the top so that this flips open. And I'm going to use dimensionals, and I just want to make sure that I don't overhang. So from there up. Okay, so just below our tool. I just want to make sure that this is very secure. Oh, thanks, Brenda. Yeah, I kind of had this one in my head for a while, and I was trying to imagine it. And I was playing earlier today, and I'm really happy with this one, and it's a fun one, especially if you have a gift card that you need for somebody for a birthday or a thank you. I will also show you. There you go. And so now we've got this great little card, and yeah, but I also did a thanks that was from another set. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Best Year maybe. Anyway, so if you want to make it a thank you instead of a happy birthday or congratulations, whatever, it's a really versatile card. So we've got that one, and we've got this one. This is all using the same colors, and then I'll just show you one other one that I made that also with the same colors, but we just used the poppy instead. And this is one of the dies from the poppy set, and this is another stamp. These are some other stamps. So that's all using the same the same supplies, I guess. Anyhow, if you are interested in putting in an order before the end of the month, if you're interested in any of my classes upcoming, please contact me. If you place an order using the host code, which is also in the description, I will be sending you a package of champagne rhinestones. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to add some rhinestones to this guy. I knew there was something missing. So these ones are gorgeous, really fun, and so we'll just come in here. And I'm just doing 3 different sizes here. There we go. So there you have it. There are 2 cards for this evening. I hope to see you all tomorrow afternoon when I come on for my paper pumpkin, and yeah, I hope that's 1:30, and then Saturday at noon, please join me while I make cards from the kit class that I've got planned. So I really hope that I see you guys soon. And yeah, otherwise take care and have a great night. Bye.